Welcome to our project Rethink. We are going to take you on a journey of our collaborative project that we have been working on for the past several months. We have organized our presentation into the following headings: our team, our values, precarity, our research, arriving at the framework, precarity as a whole, reflection, what's next, and our three components. We are a diverse team of 7 women from a wide range of cultural backgrounds from Ireland, Poland, India, and Brazil. Our professional backgrounds span a range of disciplines including graphic design, geography, visual art, journalism, marketing, fashion, architecture, and urban planning. We have a complementary combination of skills between us, and coming from different personal and professional backgrounds has opened us up to a broad variety of viewpoints and perspectives. This has made for a creative process that has been stimulating and unique to us all. We have arrived at this point in our lives all will with a shared goal for wanting change in the world we see, and this is what we hope to reimagine. Our 5 core values as a team are fairness, knowledge, creativity, integrity, and meaningful connection. When it comes to fairness, fairness relates to equality and respect for nature and all living creatures. Knowledge means knowledge combined with ethics can foster positive change. Knowledge is king. Creativity meaning being open minded, adventurous, and playful in our work, aim to be openly creative, will add your value to the overall experience and delivery of our work. So, integrity means practicing having respect and honesty with ourselves and others, being guided by ethical principles that will lead us in the right direction. So, meaningful connection means connecting with our environment and nature, fostering a social connection between people, the community, and with one another as a group. So, our core research areas include the environment, health, fashion, AI, gender equality, labor instability, and immigration, to name but a few.
All these elements combined, such as who we are, our past experiences, our values, and our interests, all form our vision for the project, which is Reimagine Design, Transform the Future. We began our research under the theme of precarity. Precarity can be defined as a state of persistent insecurity and can be found within all aspects of society and living. It is present in the very nature of existence. As a group, we have discussed in length the diverse and complex issues we face as a society and as individuals, with many insightful and enlightening discussions taking place during our brainstorming sessions. Through our research in Semester 1, we developed a concept map on what does precarity in Ireland mean to us. We have investigated the many areas where precarity can be found within the social, environmental, economic, technological, and political areas of society. We have explored social issues such as the housing crisis, access to healthcare, labour insecurity, austerity, gender inequality, and intersectionality. We have looked at our built and natural environments where we have investigated other social environmental issues such as access to the city, gentrification, and the effects of human impact on the climate and our planet. Other areas of research include AI technology, government policies, and the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. Here is a short video of elements of our large complex concept map that we created on precarity in Semester 1.
Dans notre au quotidien, c'est sur tel ou
This 9-month research process has led us to propose a research framework. We began by looking back on our insights and spent the first few weeks discussing the different aspects of precarity that we felt we connected to most as a group, with the aim of finding an area to bring forward for further investigation. These areas included housing, the environment, and mental health, often getting lost in all our great ideas for a brighter future and refraining us from jumping too far ahead of ourselves. we were guided by our facilitator to begin looking at our group aspirations. To find these, we asked ourselves questions such as, what do you want from life? What do you want for the world? And what do you want from the project? From this, we began to define our personal and group values. We recognised the importance of defining our values as a way of aligning ourselves with what we believe in most. Defining our values guided us to define the group vision and purpose, and from this, we could set out our group goals. What we all agreed on, and what has us all in this Masters in the first place, is that we want to imagine a better future and help others to reimagine with us.
The proposed framework does not provide solutions to the issues of precarity, but instead is designed to help us navigate and understand these difficult topics better. It aims to guide us towards asking better questions, and is a tool that aims to expand thought, imagination, and help envision transformation. The framework is divided into 6 phases. 1. Define. 2. Research. 3. Explore. 4. Imagine. 5. Transform. 6. Evaluate, and comprises of 17 steps. The following is a brief summary of each of the phases. Phase 1. Define. Take the time to define all of the components and belief system that makes up an individual or a group is key. It sets to the tone of any project or piece of research to move forward. Step 1. Define values. Step 2. Create the vision. Step 3. Develop and decide upon your mission statement. And Step 4. Assign your purpose. Phase 2. Research. A well-defined research topic is the starting point of every successful research project. As an individual or group, you need to solve the problem by exploring all available research methods, resources, and information available. Step 5. Identify the research topic. Step 6. Create a system map. Step 7. Identify the research question. From the insights gained from the research and systems map, identify the overarching question or questions to move forward with. Phase 3. Explore. The exploratory phase is key and will allow the research to be questioned and refined. Step 8. The 5W and H. Our unique approach is to take the research question through the 5W and H system via the lens of each of the team's values. Step 9. Examine the question generated against the vision and purpose to see if it's aligned. Step 10. Cluster design tools to the team values. Step 11. Explore question through the value pillars by using the most appropriate design tools under each value in order for the question to be answered. Phase 4. Imagine. Step 12. Reflection and insights. Reflect on the areas for improvement, redesign, and identify areas for the future research. Use the insights to reflect on research, observe the finding, and gain more profound knowledge and understanding of the subject. Step 13. Futuring and backcasting. Phase 5. Transform. Step 14. Create a strategy and action plan. Step 15. Implementation. Phase 6. Evaluate. Step 16. Review and measure. Step 17. Iterate and reflect.
The team created a visual representation of each of the key design tools to use in the exploratory phase of the framework. They are unique and align with our brand Rethink. They are all created as individual posters and can be seen here in this representative collage. In conclusion of our 6-phase framework, it is important to note that the framework itself is only at pilot stage. We are open to iterations, reflections and feedback and would be interested in any suggestions for improvements. When reflecting on precarity as a whole, we have realised that societal issues such as housing, homelessness, gender gaps and job insecurities are all interconnected issues. When these issues are not addressed properly, precarity arises as a symptom. Precarity is not a linear issue, it is a multi-layered feedback loop of interrelated issues affecting all aspects of society, with policy changes being fundamental to addressing these. All the areas covered, when not addressed properly, have negative impacts on mental and physical health. All ecologies and aspects of human society are at risk from the impact of humans on our environment. There must be an urgent appeal for political priority of constructing sustainable cities, societies, communities and environments that correspond to human and non-human needs rather than just the imperative of profit-making. Technology has the capacity to create fundamental changes in society. It is how we choose to use or distribute the technology that can have positive or negative impacts. By creating this framework, we hope to gain a deeper understanding of these complex issues, and for it to aid us in asking better questions.
When reflecting on our work, what became evident in our process was the complexity and time taken in creating a framework alone. As much as we wanted to dream up ideas of a brighter future, under our limited time constraints, we decided to be realistic with our time and focus on creating a unique and meaningful research tool that would not only be beneficial to ourselves for our future research, but can be potentially used as a tool by other researchers to navigate projects on complex topics such as precarity. Focusing on developing the framework as a team allowed us to understand that these things take the time they take. You must put in the hard work and investigation before any strategies or goals can be realised. In semester 1, we learned the importance of a problem statement. The framework was born out of our desire to understand how to construct better research questions. It's only through thorough exploration and understanding of a topic that you can come to know the right questions to ask. The framework is a hypothesis, a navigational aid, which we hope will help us research our final project work, be smart in how we do it, and help in understanding how we can challenge topics by using the appropriate tools. The process challenges us at each stage.
On this slide, you can see the visualizations of the framework within the urban environment. We envisioned how we might bring the framework to the world and expand it on a wider scale, perhaps and hoping for a post-COVID world. So, what's next? Creating the framework has made us realize as designers that we need to plan and view our work as a constant evolution. The solution is often a short-term outcome, not the grand finale, and they might present problems of their own making. We learned to view design as an iterative process where solutions are treated as high-fidelity prototypes which will need refinement and further development. We also learned to look at the long-term outcomes, impact not only for our projects, but for future generations. Fundamental to this project and this year was also for us learning how to empathize with those we are designing for. Learning about research methods gave us practical tools to be able to practice empathy going forward in every project we undertake. On another hand, we learned that including multiple collaborators brings creativity and a variety of ideas to the projects. We experienced that as a group we are stronger and more able to foster seeds of positive change in society. These insights will be hugely beneficial to each of our individual theses and will guide us within that process.
Taking all that we have learned into consideration, we believe this framework will lead us to more inquisitive questioning by framing the problems identified in a better way. The ultimate test for our framework will be to continue to test it with our own individual research. It will be used in collaboration. We will use it to research and support our final thesis. By doing this, we will identify its strengths and weaknesses. We will review it and make reiterations of the framework when necessary. Our thesis topics will look at smart cities with and without technology, the environmental shift in organisations, digital fashion in virtual reality, futuring and temporality in design, reducing the cancer patient information deficit, repositioning the mindset towards a more than human perspective, and UX design strategies to support professional immigrant women in Ireland. In a time of ever-growing insecurities both within our own lives and in the world around us, we now find ourselves in a situation where we can utilise our existing and newly developed skills to be part of reimagining society. Here are the three components that make up our entire body of work. First, we have the A5 Framework Concertina poster. It is a detailed step-by-step manual on how to use the framework. Next is the A4 Rethink book. This is an all-inclusive account of our work over semester 1 and 2. Finally is the A1 Design Tools poster, a visual representation of the research tools that can be used within the explore phase of the framework. Our brand identity reflects the numerous layers and complexity of the topic of precarity. Like the framework, it is unfinished and will develop further as we learn more. The visual language developed in a very fun and organic way. We all expressed ourselves creatively as we found a unified voice. It is rich in colour, texture and imagery. We feel it really reflects the diversity of us as a group. This is what the complete bounded version of the three components will look like. We intend on printing the three components and having them as a reference point for our design charrette, which will be happening in September of this year.